Boo, boo, yes, there were three people waiting for me to go live tonight, and I'm not ready to talk too much, so hopefully our conversation goes fairly well. I was thinking of the song Hemispheres by Rush, and I was kind of singing along it as I was getting ready to go live. And the words, which I really well, I actually do know. I probably know the Rush words almost as well as I know anything. Hello, Zagger. Hello, Barry. Hello, Chip. Hello, Julie. But I know the words from the song, from a lot of old Rush songs, about as well as any words I know. Just because the time spent listening to them was fairly incredible, and I don't know, seventh, eighth, sixth, seventh, eighth grade. Um, so anyway, I was singing the song Hemispheres to myself, and for some reason, I sat down and I went to the YouTube app and I exchanged the words from the Rush song into words I was making up about nobody watching. And when I first flipped on the app, there was nobody watching. And I started singing that would be, I can't do it without the music and without the role that I had, but I thought it'd be okay because if nobody was watching, I don't know, I wouldn't have very much pressure on me. I think I'm feeling a little pressure tonight. Hello, Silly Billy. Hello, Chris. I think my tummy is bothering me a little bit. You want to know why? You want to know why? Can anyone guess why my tummy might be hurting a little bit today? Oh, wait, hold on. I forgot something. There's nothing going on here. Let's just act like this was sitting here the whole time. That I didn't just get up and move it over there. But can anyone guess why my tummy might be hurting? Chris knows. Chris, I don't even know. Clyde Mack has a great guess with cheese curds. But Chris knows. Chris knows. Yes, yes, alas. I've been bragging, and somebody said, "What willpower you have," this morning because I hadn't touched my bag of peanut M&Ms. And I kind of hurried out of the house this morning because I was making it to I had an 8:30 church service this morning for the very first time at a new church. And so I maybe didn't eat quite as much as I should have, or was feeling a little rushed, and thought, hey, maybe if I grab this family size bag of peanut M&Ms, maybe I'll just have a couple as I go about my day. And I'll be happy that I have them. It's better to have and not need than need and not have, is what I always say. But alas, as I'm driving to church, I said, let's tear into this bag, just see how a couple tastes. A couple tastes became a couple handfuls in the car. Then I'm loading up my pockets. I kid you not. As I'm walking into church, I realized I'd forgot something back in my car, so I went back, grabbed another handful, put it back in my pockets, and was nibbling during the beginning of the service. And lo and behold, as my day went on, the family pack of peanut M&Ms got smaller and smaller, and now they are gone. So, not only did I eat normal amount of food, but I finished off my family pack of peanut M&Ms. So whoever thought that I displayed such willpower by not eating them earlier, I don't know. I don't know if it's willpower. If you like, if you totally abstain from something, like I don't drink alcohol. So is that showing willpower? Because I don't even really think of alcohol. I don't think of it. I don't. I'm not tempted to drink at all because I don't drink. And for the first 4 days I was here, I wasn't eating the peanut M&Ms. So was that willpower? Or was that just total abstaining from peanut M&Ms? Or I guess the lesson to be learned is I think total abstinence is easy, but moderation is hard. And again, I displayed it clearly today as I finished off my peanut M&Ms. So I'm going to have a sip of coffee and sulk for a little bit because my tummy hurts just a little bit. Chapter Chaser says, was listening this morning. If someone tries to get you to go to WhatsApp, it's 100% a scam. See, I don't know if I believe that, Chapter Chaser. I appreciate your thought. But I don't think that the whole WhatsApp thing is a scam. There was somebody that was watching my show today, and he has a large YouTube audience, and he is overseas. And he reached out via Facebook and sent me a message, and I looked him up, and he's got a large audience. So I don't think he was trying to scam me at all. At all. So I don't believe. See, but yeah, JS is now saying WhatsApp is a huge scam app. What does that mean, though? That you get the app and you start losing money? You know, I think negativity sells, and a couple bad stories have happened probably through that app. And, yeah, okay, Silly Billy said WhatsApp is the main source of communication for the rest of the world. I've had 2 people from other countries ask me to get on WhatsApp so they can talk to me on the phone. So I'm not sure that it's this huge scam app that is being said. And I think it would probably be safe. Again, I'm not going to, believe me, what am I going to do? Start wiring dudes money? No, no. If there's a one way, if there's a street called money, it's a one-way street, and it's, I promise you, it ain't going from me to there. So if anybody should be aware of any scams, it'd be hooking up with me on WhatsApp. Because I will siphon the funds somehow. I don't even know how. I wouldn't know how. I don't know how to scam people, but I would imagine the money would have to be coming this way. Did I eat my M&Ms? Oh, yeah, I did. I ate them all. I almost feel I owe you guys an apology. Used when they don't want to reveal identity, huh? But it's a legit app, you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, all of them. Yes, I did, Julie. Yes, I did. I certainly did. I certainly did. And yeah, my tummy hurts a little, Julie. I told you not to get me the peanut M&Ms. I told you not to. Told you not. I didn't tell you not to get me the honey buns. But going forward, no need for getting me any more peanut M&Ms, no matter how much you know I like them. Again, it's just like crack. It is just like crack. I have a thought for you tonight. A lot of time. Craven Moorhead, why are you here? Why are you here? You clearly don't have any good intentions for me. You have a fake picture of somebody I know as your profile picture, and you have one video, and it is a very hostile one about me. So, why are you here? I mean, you're obviously not going to be here for very long, but I'm just curious. Why are you here? Well, sudden silence. Sudden silence. Sudden silence. Sudden silence. We'll put them in timeout. That's more penal. That's more penal. Throw them into timeout. How was church? It was okay. I get up really early, and I'd never been to this church, and it was about a half-hour drive. And I think the church was okay. It's a good size. They had a little band. Maybe I was feeling a little grumpy, and I was not as into the music as I could have been because I didn't know the first two songs. I did not know the first two songs. I did know the third song, and I felt a little more comfortable and was singing along and feeling good and feeling spiritual. But one of the first things they revealed is they're looking for a lead pastor at this church. And they're doing a big search, and apparently hiring a lead pastor at a fairly good-sized church is a big job. And so I was wondering who's going to be talking to us. Who's, honestly, part of me thought of strutting my stuff up on stage and just winging it. There was two times today I thought of going on stage and winging it. One was at church. I don't know the Bible. I barely know the New Testament from the Old Testament. So I probably should not be going up on stage leading a sermon. Probably not. But anyway, the other time was I went to a coffee show, which we're going to talk about a coffee shop, which I'll talk about in a minute, that was awesome in the town of Appleton, Wisconsin. A really cool coffee shop. And I was hanging out there for, I don't know, an hour or two today. And I noticed over by the cream and the water area that there was a brochure, a flyer on the wall, and it said open mic night. And I'm going, huh. And it said comedian, poetry, music. And I wondered, could I do an open mic night? Could I do Coffee with Ken as an open mic night and call it whatever the hell you want? I'd probably have people yelling at me from the audience. What the hell is this? Is this supposed to be funny? Why are you talking about sobriety and mental health and relationship troubles? I thought this was going to be funny. Please calm down, audience. It takes about 6 years for you to start getting what I'm doing up here. And I don't know. Do I know a good joke? No. I don't know one good joke. I don't know any good jokes. Sometimes, though, I edit all my long videos, these long live videos, into shorts and reels and TikToks, as you guys know. And sometimes I find myself saying pretty funny things. I don't want to be a comedian. I don't think I'm that funny. But I'm wondering if Coffee with Ken could just be some sort of rambling call it poetry, call it comedy, call it interpretive art, or whatever the hell you want to call it, and just see what happens. I mean, I could get booed off stage. But if that's the worst thing that would happen to me, I don't know how bad that'd be. I talk a lot about faith and worry and fear and anxiety on this show. And as much as I talk about it, I still forget to put faith to use sometimes. And I let anxiety or worry take over. I drove up from Naperville, Illinois to Wisconsin last Wednesday, and I got here about 1 o'clock on Wednesday. In between that time and today, which is Sunday, which is what, 5 days, I guess, I've been in kind of a hyper, I mean, not totally hyper, but what I'd say is a fairly aggressive job search, because I need to find a job. It doesn't have to be the highest paying job, but I do need to find a job here in Wisconsin that can help uh, uh, cover some of my expenses while I'm up here. And I've been looking, and I thought I could strut my stuff, my Illinois degree and my finance and my experience and this and that, into small town Wisconsin, and have them tripping over themselves offering me jobs left and right. And honestly, it hasn't happened. The feeling I've gotten applying up here has felt a lot like the same feeling I got applying in Chicago. Almost total disinterest. And I'll go in, I think I could go in to some greasy spoon that needs a dishwasher, that has a pile of dishes piled high to the ceiling, with a sign on the window that said desperately needing dishwasher, and say, hey, my name's Ken Tracy. I've washed dishes before and would love to apply for your position as a dishwasher. And I don't think the proprietor or the manager or whoever's in charge of hiring would take me seriously. And they go, huh? Hey, how you liking Wisconsin? What do you like in your coffee? All right, we'll talk it over and get back to you next week. And I'd look at him and go, you know what I'm saying though, buddy? Dishes piled high, sign window, dishwasher wanted desperately. Man who says he has experience washing dishes, and he does, in front of you. You don't need to talk this over with anybody. You should give me an apron and hire me. But alas, that doesn't seem to be happening. That doesn't seem to be happening. So I felt myself being frantic. Like I was going, are they not taking me seriously? Is it because I'm too old or overqualified or too tall? Or, I mean, I thought old was probably a lot. It might have been the issue. Maybe the way I carry myself, the way I dress, the way I shake hands. But I've applied for a lot of jobs over the last 3 weeks. And it's amazing, the tepid response. And I found myself calling 3 of my friends going, they won't hire me for anything. Nobody takes me seriously. What's going on? And I think what's going on is I might be trying too hard or pushing too hard or worrying too much. And I think on the ride home, I've been listening to a lot of videos on YouTube about the Stoics and some wisdom they speak of, and working on yourself and improving yourself and remaining silent and learning to love yourself and not getting too stressed about stuff. And a lot of it applies to relationships or women and handling of women. And in this certain excerpt, there was a spot about trying too hard in a relationship and chasing women. And although it didn't apply to directly to my situation, I almost felt like that's what was happening with me in the job search. It almost was helping with me in the job search. Like I was trying too hard. And that I pulled in on a Wednesday and it's Sunday and I don't have a job yet. Maybe isn't a time to panic. Maybe it's a time to just pat myself on the back and say, hey, you're working hard, you're doing a good job, you're uh, applying, you're knocking on doors, you're going into places, and you're getting in front of people. And when the opportunity is right, uh, the doors will open up and things are working out just as they need to be. But I'll tell you what, even though I believe that things happen for a reason and that I'm where I'm supposed to be right now and going in the direction I'm supposed to, and honestly, really excited about uh, what could be, I found myself totally panicking and calling 3 friends and going, what the hell? They won't hire me. I was talking to an owner of one business today who had a hiring all positions sign up in his establishment. And granted, I don't look like the typical employee that is there. And I doubt my experience matches that of the typical employee there. But we were talking, and he goes, well, what do you have in mind? And I'm going, well, just any old job. You know, I'm positive, hardworking, and friendly. I'll scrub toilets if I have to. But it happened to be this gentleman, his establishment had amazingly clean bathrooms. I go, but you won't need that because your bathrooms are already amazingly clean. He kind of goes, oh, yeah, we'll talk about it and we'll get back to you. Kind of hurt my feelings. Kind of hurt my feelings. I wasn't even hitting them up for a lot of money. I was just saying, look, I need something. Want to be social, want to be out there, want to be doing something, want to feel productive, want to be working hard. Want to be going in, feeling good, liking what I do. Think this could be a good setting for me. Yeah, I'll let you know. Hello, Alexandra. How are you? How are you? Sean, no, I haven't gone to these places who didn't hire me and asked them to give me honest feedback as to why they didn't hire me. I would have felt kind of silly turning around today and walking back into the place and saying, hey, why didn't you hire me? I think that would have been strange. I also think it's rear view mirror way of thinking. You guys might not agree, but I think that's rear view mirror way of thinking. I do. I think the future's ahead, and Yeah, the future's ahead of me. It's not behind. If somebody from behind wants to come out and offer me a position that I talk to, that's cool. But I'm certainly not going to be backtracking to businesses that I've been in that didn't hire me and go, "Excuse me, why wouldn't you hire me?" Why wouldn't you hire me? That's not the way I'm going to be doing it. Mm. Oh, coffee's good. The coffee is good. What was? I don't understand what that question means, Martin Terry. I don't know what that question means, Martin Terry. So I won't address that question, Martin Terry. Hello, Tammy. How are you? I chatted a little bit about how church was this morning, Alexandra. But more importantly, I talked about eating a whole bag of peanut M&Ms. How my tummy kind of feels not so good. Church was okay. Oh, I got distracted. I got distracted. Church was okay. The first two songs I wasn't familiar with. The third song I was, and I liked it a lot. They need to hire a new lead pastor at this church. And that's what got me distracted. I thought about walking on the stage because I had my button-down white shirt. I thought I looked kind of fancy, especially for Wisconsin standards, and just starting to preach. Hello, all. You don't know me at all, but sit back and relax because I'm going to tell you a little story. And just start talking. Maybe even throw out a good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It's a little show I've been doing for quite some time. Just roll right into it at church, and they're going, "What the heck? Who is this dude?" I don't know, but he's kind of entertaining. He reminds me of Seinfeld, and he looks like Bruce Willis. He's tall. We like coffee. And for some reason, he seems to have a positive vibe to him and a good energy. So let's just keep listening. And then maybe just start coming back week after week, walking on stage like I own the place, and just grabbing the mic and starting to talk and see if anybody complains. Have them all subscribe. Honestly, okay, here's a little issue with the church. I was tired. I was up really early today. And maybe, uh, this is a good sign, actually, that I dozed off in service a little bit. And I was kind of near the front. I was kind of near the front, and I was hoping they weren't seeing me. And I don't know if you guys remember being in college or class and kind of doing one of these a little bit. But I was pretty relaxed. And I don't know. I think there's times in my life that it would have felt I don't know. I might have felt guilty for falling asleep in church, like I wasn't getting all I was supposed to get from it or whatever. Um, but I think I got exactly what I was supposed to from that service today. And maybe the fact that I was comfortable enough to fall asleep is a good thing. But I did. I did. Mm. Oh, it's so good. Mm. Looks like a little troll's back. I'm going to put that troll back in timeout. Put user in timeout. That's funny to do. 10 minutes for you, little troll. There aren't any churches closer to Oshkosh. Yes, there's churches closer to Oshkosh. There's even churches in Oshkosh. But this is a church I wanted to go to. I did a little bit of research. It was a larger Christian church. It was a church that seemed more closely aligned with the church I went to at home. And anonymously said I could be a pastor. But I don't really know the Bible. I think that might get in the way. I think that might get in the way. I think you'd have to know a little bit about the Bible. Or maybe I could just share my faith or my thoughts on faith. Maybe that's what I'm doing with you. Maybe in some ways I am a pastor. And I'm teaching something. Maybe. But we have a nice audience today. We got 55 people watching, 58 people watching. It's 6:31 on a Sunday evening. We've got 11 thumbs up. I have a lot of fun doing this show. I go live on the 6s and 6 in the morning and sometimes begrudgingly 6 at night. Like tonight, I wasn't super excited about going live. Again, the peanut M&Ms. A whole bag, a whole family-sized bag. It's not my fault. It's Julie's fault. I said, no, please don't. I don't need them. You buy them for me, I will eat them all. She didn't care. She did not heed my warning. Oh, yeah, that's probably why. There we go. We're going to put that person in timeout, too. I like this. It's so fun having the power of timeouts. It's almost more fun to time out people than to hide them or block them. You know what I mean? Right, Alexandra? Did you see what that person said? It's so weird. It's so weird, but we don't need to talk about them. Julie better be taking fault for the M&Ms. She knows it's her fault. She knows it's her fault. Satisfying Life says they can help me. What are you going to help me with, Satisfying Life? I love when people offer help. I do stand in the corner with my nose to the wall. Me? Okay. Me? I'm standing in the corner with my nose to the wall. That would be a degrading way to spend a whole lot of time. Julie, how can you not take the blame? I was on the phone. I jokingly threw out as I'm driving up, "Ooh, I hope you bought me peanut M&Ms." She goes, "Oh, I'm going to have to go get them." Very gracious host. I'm only joking. But I go, "No, Julie, don't get me the peanut M&Ms. I'm going to eat them all." And I did. And now they're sitting here. How many calories did you say the whole bag was? I don't know. I don't remember. What was it? It was 18 servings times 140, so that's 2,520 calories of peanut M&Ms today, which is about 3/4 of a pound just in peanut M&Ms. Not to mention some other things I ate today. I feel fat. I feel fat. But I'll be okay. I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll be better. John Joe said better hit the gym. I'm glad you brought that up, John Joe. So like I said, I think I'm working too hard or trying too hard to find a job. And I think I could use a day off the job search tomorrow and give the companies that I've applied to a chance to actually hire me. Because I was in like 4 places today. And just because they didn't hire me today doesn't mean they might not hire me tomorrow. So, what I thought would be a good use of my day tomorrow was finding a gym. I hate to say it might be a Planet Fitness. And for anybody that's watched my show for any length of time, you know, I mean, I liked a lot about it. I just don't like the lunk alarm on the wall. I think it's horrible. I think it's judgmental. But anyway, it could be a Planet Fitness. I don't know. But I might look into a gym tomorrow and join a gym. And I think that'd be a real good use of my day. And I'd feel good about that. And I've been to a church. I don't know if it's the church for me. They don't even have a lead pastor. I've got plans in a destination and a place I'm going on Tuesday. I'm giving Julie her home back on Tuesday. So for those that love my picture of Ronaldo, I wonder, Julie might notice because her grandson drew it, but maybe I'll take it off the wall and take it with me, along with another bag of peanut M&Ms. See if she notices. So I'll put it behind me on my new destination. And, but I think my point is this. Again, I talk a lot about faith and about worry and about fear. And Alexander actually said something to me today. We were talking about goals again. And I think inherently, I believe I can control the world. I can control other people. I can control who hires me, who doesn't, how people react to me, and the weather almost. And I think the faster I run or the more desperately I look in windows of businesses looking for hiring signs, the sooner I'll get a job. And as I've said before, I believe God has a plan. And God's plan doesn't always work on our timeline, but it always does work. And perhaps if I put the stress down and went to a gym tomorrow and signed up and got a good workout in, maybe that'd be exactly what I'm supposed to do. And take me where I'm supposed to go. Tell them how I scammed escrow. Tell them how you scammed escrow. It's weird. I've seen a couple people commenting about that. Should I just totally ignore it? I don't even know what that means, how I scammed escrow. But I saw somebody post a video about that earlier today. I think the trolls are hitting the pipe a couple too many times and really making up some rumors now. All right, John Joe. But I had a few people say that. I'm going, what does that even mean? Scammed escrow. I don't even know what that means. I was a realtor for 17 years. But I've had a few people say that today, and it seems funny to me. Hello, Running Man. How are you? Yeah, no, Alexander, I don't even know what they're talking about. That sounds like a criminal offense. That sounds criminal. You know? Well, I don't know if you can or can't, but if you did, it seems like you might get in some trouble for it. Doesn't it? I don't know. It seems like you could get in trouble. escrows where they hold money for like earnest money, you know, where the earnest money is put. But I had people saying I scammed escrow, and I don't even know what they're talking about. I think it's kind of funny. Do do do, boo doo doo, boo doo 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 doo, boo doo 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 doo, boo doo 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 doo. If you wonder why I ignore some questions, it's usually not by accident. Phil is playing golf right now on his Xbox. Well, cool, Phil. I think that's neat. I don't know what I have for you tonight. Maybe I've talked for long enough. Maybe I've talked for long enough tonight. Did I have a favorite Ernest movie? Okay, all right. Julie, you're right. I only have 2 more days here. Julie Flanagan thought I had some time to read a few more questions. Okay. This is a list of how you know you're from Wisconsin. It's a list of 35, maybe 36 ways you know you're from Wisconsin. And it was left me along with a bag of peanut M&Ms, shame on you, Julie, from my dear friend Julie. And it goes, number 16, you know you're from Wisconsin when you went to a wedding reception in a bowling alley. You know you're from Wisconsin when you know that it's traditional for the bride and groom to go bar hopping between the ceremony and the reception. You know you're from Wisconsin when you own at least one cheesehead. You know you're from Wisconsin when Sunday afternoons are sacred for the Packers game. You know you're from Wisconsin when you've been to State Street in Madison during a protest of something. I am clearly not from Wisconsin. I know some of these, but very few. I would imagine Sunday afternoons are sacred for the Packer game. I certainly don't own a cheesehead. I wonder how long I would have to live in Wisconsin to actually go out and buy myself a cheesehead. So that is the first 20 of you know you're from Wisconsin's. What day is it tomorrow? It is Monday tomorrow. So I have Monday, and I have Monday night, and I have Tuesday morning to read you the final 15 of the you know you're from Wisconsin's. So stay tuned for more because they're going to be gripping. John Joe said bar hopping is a tradition. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's probably not just a Wisconsin tradition. I used to like bar hopping. Always on the search for something next. And oftentimes not able to enjoy where I was. Bye bye, Frank. Sydney says, are you moving to my state? I don't know where your state is, Sydney. Join a supper club. There it goes again. Am I going to watch a movie with Julie and her hubby? No, but Steve and I did watch the basketball game last night. We watched the Illinois-Michigan State basketball game, and Illinois lost, so I was a little bummed about that, but I was okay. Hello, Jonathan. I think I'm going to eat a large Costco hot dog. I'm not totally sure I've ever enjoyed a full size Costco hot dog. I'm not totally sure how I feel about a huge hot dog. Maybe if you guys tune in tomorrow at 6 o'clock a.m. and my tummy's either not better or perhaps even worse than it was tonight, I'll continue to blame Julie for the peanut M&Ms and the mega Costco hot dogs. Yeah, John Joe, we're having hot dogs tonight. Why are hot dogs called hot dogs? I don't know. I do not know. I don't know why they are called hot dogs. But I'm willing to risk it. It might absorb some of the chocolate, peanut, crudola I have bouncing around my tummy. Get some digestive enzymes. If there's sauerkraut, I'm going to wolf down some sauerkraut because it's supposed to be great for gut health. Good evening, Kelly. I so appreciate you for joining. I mean, I kind of think a hot dog is not really a sandwich. I think a sandwich needs to have two pieces of bread. Yeah. So, okay, although I maybe used to consider a hot dog a sandwich, as of tonight, Sunday night, whatever the day of the month it is, I no longer consider a hot dog a sandwich because I think the definition of a sandwich is two pieces of bread. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, I think you need two pieces of bread. You sandwich something. You know what I mean? You put it in between it. All right, so yeah. All right, well, we got some agreement on that. We need two pieces of bread for a sandwich. We've had a great audience tonight. We've had uh two more what? Two more thumbs up. Alexandra Hope, I love you. I love that she's so focused. She wants to give me two more thumbs up. Are there two more thumbs up out there? Has anybody watching my show that there's 18 that can give me a thumbs up and get me to 20? Because Alexandra really wants it. And she's a nice young lady down in Knoxville, Tennessee. She's 37 years old. She can ride the heck out of a Peloton bike, I believe. There's 19. She might think it's 20. She gets one more than me on here somehow. So if we could get one more to get me to 20, then you could get rid of me and I go about my merry way tonight. And you guys could go 21. All right. I appreciate it. We've had a great, great, great audience tonight. And I want to thank you all for joining. If we have anybody that hasn't subscribed to my page, I'd appreciate it if you would. Yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you would. I have fun doing this. My page grows every day. One day, in the not too distant future, I think this is what I will be doing full time for a living. And all the frustrations and the stress of the job search will be a distant memory. So if you can subscribe, I would appreciate it. If you tune in tomorrow at 6 a.m., I would appreciate it. And I want to thank you all for joining. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful night. And you're feeling good. You're loving yourself. You're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon.